men, and I use the term loosely. Uh, Today is Friday. My videos, of course, usually go out Sunday morning at the crack of dawn. And as I'm fond of saying, who's dawn and why are we waking up at her crack? Um, but anyway, today's Friday. A video due out Sunday. I don't have any videos ready. Usually, I'm at least several weeks ahead in my videos, and I've always got 3 or 4 or 5 or sometimes 6 in the can ready to go, but I'm out of videos. So here it is 2 days before video day, and I don't have a video. So I'm making this video. Admittedly, it ain't going to be much of a video, but there's some odds and ends I've been meaning to take care of, and this is a good opportunity. So even though it ain't much of a video and it's probably going to suck, watch it anyway. All right, the first order of business that I need to take care of is this. This is one of my new improved clutch release worm and cable setups. I really, really, really need a volunteer who I could send this cable to for free to do a little more testing on it. I've tested it on my bikes. There's at least 2 or 3 others out in the general circulation. But I'd like somebody to volunteer to install this on their bike and test it for me. I'll send it to you completely free. The other thing I want to say about that is this. I post this on YouTube. If you say in the comments, oh yeah, I want to do that, that doesn't help me. I have no way of contacting you through the comments section of YouTube. If your YouTube name is Woolly Bully 5486, that doesn't tell me anything. YouTube does not make, generally speaking, your email or personal information available when you post a comment. I've got no idea who Woolly Bully is. You're some guy or kid or an old lady or whatever with a made up goofy ass name. The exception to that is when you sign up for YouTube, you make a homepage. You may not know it, but you did. And if you configure your homepage and enter your personal information, as much of it as you may or may not want to enter, then I could track down your email. But generally speaking, you post a comment on YouTube with a made-up name, I have no idea who the hell you are. So you must, if you want to test this, you must contact me via email or telephone or whatever, and tell me your name and address so I could send you this for real. And just FYI, so that you know, over the last couple of 2 or 3 months, I've been working diligently to improve my production process so that if I do need to mass produce these in any kind of quantities whatsoever, I can mass produce them and I can make them all come out exactly the same. I've made jigs and fixtures to hold the bits and pieces for welding and machining and bending, and I've got them down pretty good now, so I will be able to make consistently cables that are the same. Down below in the comment section, down below in the description section will be my contact information. I'll post my email address in the video. You could pause it when you see the email address come up and copy the email address. But, I need a real name, I need a real address, and a real email, and, maybe even a telephone number if you don't mind, so that you can install one of these, drive it around for a month or whatever, and let me know how it worked out for you. So, anyway, that's number one. I want to start making these and selling them. So please do help me out and volunteer to test one of these and give me your personal information, email, so that I could contact you. And, I don't know what kind of guy you are, what you want to know, people to know and not want to know, but you probably don't want to post it in the comments section. You want to contact me via my email. I don't think you want your information scattered for the world to see. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you don't mind that, yeah, you could put it in the comments and I'll find it. But anyway, I've got these cables. I want to get some more testing done on before I start making them. And well, you know the pitch: the wire rope, swedged on ends over here, a revised worm configuration, much sturdier than Harley's. So, clutch worm. Clutch release for the 900cc dry clutch Sportsters. I need a tester, please. The channel occasionally receives gifts from viewers, and I do my best to make sure none of the stuff that's gifted to the channel goes to waste. I eventually will use everything. I've had people gift me a whole bunch of machine tools, various parts over the years, different odds and ends, and I really do appreciate it. This cam cover was gifted to me by a guy we'll call Mr. Wilson. He gifted it to me because it's no good, which I don't mind because this may make a very good video someday. This is a Harley factory defect, and down right here, the casting is too thin, or the hole is drilled in the wrong spot. But anyway, there's a hole in the casting right here. And oil, of course, will get into the hole and leak out through the head of the screw. So he gave this to me, and we talked about it, and I told him that, yeah, I'm going to try to get a repair figured out, and I've got some ideas, and I will do a video on the repair. But anyway, I've been remiss, and, of course, I thank everybody. I'll send them a note, send them an email, call them, whatever, to thank them. But, I really should acknowledge on the channel things that have been gifted to the channel. So I really do appreciate this. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Another viewer gifted me one of the late model G rotor oil pumps. And I don't have, for my own personal self, a use for this right now. I've got a whole bunch of early style pumps, the regular gear pumps, which I'm just kind of hoarding them right now because I do a lot of rebuilds, and every once in a while I get to one where an engine is jacked up and I'll need either a whole pump or part of a pump or a pump body or whatever. So I don't like selling those. But this may find its way to eBay soon. I don't have personally a use for it. I haven't taken it apart yet, but I need to probably take it apart and look it over on the inside and make sure it's halfway decent in there. I don't want to. I'm not going to sell something that's a totally useless piece of crap. I'm going to try to make sure I sell good stuff. So yeah, I was gifted this. This came from a guy named Kirby. Thanks, Kirby. Appreciate it. He and I have talked on the phone a few times. A very cool guy. And kind of interesting enough, I know Mr. Wilson's an older gentleman. I'm 70. Kirby is kind of an older gentleman too. Most of you guys out there are kind of old men. No offense intended, because I am one too. And we enjoy old Sportsters together. I've got another channel supporter, a nice older gentleman named Don, and he has been archiving Harley manuals for, I guess, his whole life. I actually visited Don at his home and saw his extensive collection of this stuff, but he's been archiving it. Anyway, I've been working on that. Yeah, that. Hopefully I'll get it out of here one day, and hopefully there will be a video on it. But I've been working on that. Anyway, years ago, I used to own a 45 flathead two-wheeler. For those of you guys who know anything about flatheads, this will mean something to you. For those of you guys who don't, it won't mean anything to you. But it was a WLA version, which was, of course, the Army version, with the WR racing kit on it. And I should have never sold that bike. The WR parts are extremely rare, and I sold it a long time ago. But the gist of it was I sold it for next to nothing by today's standards. And the WR parts alone were were probably worth much more than I sold the entire bike for. But anyway, uh, back to this old flathead, the Servicar. I was in need of technical information, and I did not have it, so I called Don, and he gave me a Servicar parts catalog, 1964, and a Servicar 59 to 65 Servicar service manual that he has reproduced, and very, very helpful. Don's a great guy, and I've got a pretty good collection of Sportster manuals. I've got everything covered from 57 to early Evo, parts books and service manuals. You can't really do a bike and know what you're talking about unless you have manuals to consult. And interestingly enough, when you have if you went to the Harley dealer today, and I don't know if they're available or not, but if you went to the Harley dealer today and you bought a new print version of a 69 XL8 service manual, they will have left out all of the previous versions of parts. So Harley will supersede a part number and they'll add an A or a B or whatever out of the suffix. And sometimes you need to know at least what the original part looked like. Well, a new print service manual very often leaves out the old versions of the parts once they've been superseded because they're no longer available from Harley. So you theoretically don't need a number, but sometimes you do. And he reproduces the older books, and this has got the information in it from the original printings that have been superseded in many cases. I look at these because I enjoy looking at them. I know that's ridiculous, but I just enjoy looking at the way these are drawn, the way these are detailed, the way they were labeled. Very nicely done, Harley old books. But anyway, I think all of that blather has caught me up with stuff I should have done a long time ago but didn't do. So to you guys who have gifted stuff to the channel, thank you ever so much. I use it all or sell it to somebody who needs it, and I make sure it's well taken care of. And final thought, please, if you've got one of them disgusting old torn up Harley worms on your 900cc dry clutch, volunteer to test this for me. Completely free, ship it to you. The day I hear from you, it'll be on the way, and let me know how it works. I want to start selling more of these, but I really don't want to do it until somebody puts it into use on, I don't know, I'll call it a daily driver. If you're going to put it on your bike and park your bike, that doesn't help me. I want somebody who's going to drive it and let me know how it works. So keep your old cable in case you need to put it back in. I don't think you will. The 2 or 3 that I've got in general circulations, the guys have said, yeah, it works good, goes installs easy, well made, very nice part. So anyway, yeah, volunteer to test this for me. You get a freebie. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. So this concludes this video. That ain't much of a video. Thank you all ever so much for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye. Men, if you like this channel and this content, the single most important thing you could do to help grow this channel is to hit the subscribe button. I also have new design coffee cups and stickers available. I like the old coffee cups, but I like these new ones even more. Links are included in the description down below. And for those of you who really want to go the extra mile, you could join me on Patreon. Link is also included in the description down below. And to all of you who have watched these videos, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.